our social studies curriculum, there was a bit of heat around it, but it's gone off pretty, like, almost without a hitch. Like, there's been almost no problems with it. Can you just expand on, like, maybe some of the reasons why it's so important to frame this and redo some of these curriculums?
Yeah. So right now we are piloting the social studies curriculum, and it's great that we're at that stage because we're in the final stages, right? You don't start piloting and testing something in the classroom if you're not ready, almost ready for prime time. So the piloting is going to go from September to June this entire academic year. Teachers that are participating in the pilot, there's 1,700 of them across the province, will provide monthly feedback or at any time as they see things to my ministry, and we'll collect that, make revisions, and then in September of 25, the new curriculum will start to roll out. The reason it's so important for us to do this work and revitalize the curriculum, the current social studies curriculum that's in schools right now, that's mandatory, that students are learning, is about 20 years old. So, the world changes so much just from one year to another, let alone over 20 years. I mean, we were just maybe barely having conversations of, I'm an international security guy, that was my background, so that's where my mind goes right away. We were probably barely having conversations about, things like international terrorism or things like that, or migration and border security, cybersecurity. These were probably barely conversations that were really starting at that point. So the world changes a lot. So we need to update the curriculum to make sure that our students are learning the very latest. And I totally get it. With social studies, nobody's going to agree, right? Because social studies involves history, it involves government, it involves politics. So, no two people, vote. People vote different ways. People have different interpretations of history. People have different ideas about how government should be structured and how it should be run. So you're never going to have a social studies curriculum that everybody's going to agree on. It's just impossible. So I get that, but I think the key thing for me when we are drafting a social studies curriculum is that we focus on what the students need. And the students need a robust understanding of history. They need that in-depth understanding to be able to understand today. You can't understand today and the future if you don't understand the past. Secondly, they need to be given the tools and the skills to be critical and objective thinkers. Only way you're going to do that is by challenging them in school and during class. So we need to focus on that. And thirdly, in my opinion, we need to make sure that they have the tools and the skills to be active citizens when they become adults, because it's a disservice to our society when we don't have active citizens who don't participate, who don't get involved in their community, in their society, in their government. So talking to our kids about the importance and our students about the importance of being active citizens, I think is another important part.